Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the second match, second week, season 38. Last round was a win. We're building up our buffer in Kyber 2 a little bit. It was a tough match. Solid defense by my opponent, and he had a really nice offensive run where he one-shot everything on my defense except for the one squad I slipped in there at the last moment. This really weak Finn and Zori Bliss squad, a 5-star Zori, no Omicron, and maybe he underestimated it and I got lucky, or maybe it was a combination of factors, preloaded turn meter with the second attempt, but that right there secures the win. He also was probably fairly inefficient for there to be this amount of discrepancy in the banners, because I also needed 2 attempts up against one of his squads. I think maybe as Lord Vader, I forget exactly what squad it was. But this was a match I was worried about because I still wanted to do a lot of testing with Tuskens, Cere, Junda, Kestis, all these new characters, and there was a lot of risk in doing those, but we were able to accomplish both the testing and the win. With the remaining bracket, we've got J Muffin, Soul Survivor, and New Sebamol. J Muffin is probably the best roster of the bracket overall. He's weaker in some spots, like he has 5 GLs versus 7 GLs with some of these other players, but overall he's better in some key places. Soul Survivor is the player I expect to be paired up with in the final match if I do win this round here up against J Muffin. Now, New Sebamol, also really nice roster, somewhat similar to mine, but more weaknesses where I think Soul Survivor is going to be able to come out of that one. Those are my expectations. Zetas, everyone has a good amount. Omicron's here. This is just a weird fluke of this bracket. The players have lower counts. I think there's a number of Amis that they should have that they don't. The Galactic Legend counts a little lower, but it's because they're good in other places. Soul Survivor has the most at 7. J Muffin is more of a closer to the average at 5, and New Sebamol is a 4 GL player closer to my style of play. You can also see that in the relic counts at only 105 versus 164 and 147 for the others. J Muffin has the most relics of the bracket, which is why part of the reason why I'm considering him one of the stronger players in this bracket. You can see it in overall depth too. This is where I have an advantage, but where Soul Survivor is very strong compared to some of the other players, or compared to New Sebamol in particular. Now, with the relic distribution, nothing too egregious or scary here. J Muffin is in the best place overall with good counts on everything. And you can see this is where New Sebamol is becoming a little bit more competitive, particularly in the tier 7 relics, where he's not too far behind J Muffin. That's one of the places where he's accounting for his lower GLs. With the 6-dot mods, these players have high counts, but their numbers don't really match up with me as favorably. Soul Survivor is closest to me, but I'm edging him out on the counts across the board. J Muffin, though, has good mods. They are very solid, but and this is a place where New Sebamol should really be focusing in order to be more competitive at that lower GL count. If you have fewer GLs, you need to make up for that in other places. Datacrons, like, this is another spot where this is why I feel like J Muffin is the strongest roster of this bracket. He's participating and they're strong. Although when we look at his defense, you're going to see he didn't put too many of them on defense, which is weird. If you're going to put the work in, you should be utilizing them. No Jabba, but the other 2 players in the winner's bracket do have Jabba. Lord Vader, New Sebamol, and I don't have them. Everyone's got JMK and JML. I'm the only player without Sith Eternal Emperor, but again, I'm probably a month away from Sith Eternal. Only one player of this winners bracket has Rey, a little interesting, and 2 players with SLKR. Everyone has Malgus, decently modded and decent relics and Ami situation. Everyone's got themselves a Raddus and a Profundity. I'm the only one without the Omicron, and that again is one of those things where I'm trying to put on the Omicrons I think matter the most. That one, it's good for the ship, but the Raddus is pretty good with not that Omicron, so I'm less concerned. I'll put it on at some point, but when you look at their counts where they were that far behind me with the number of Amis that they have, yet they have that one on. Like, I would much rather have either the Traya or the SWGOH Omicron than that Omicron, and that'll be reflected further down. Or like Starkiller, Soul Survivor here has 3 Starkiller Amis. I think he's a 1, maybe 2 Ami character at the most. Some of the problem is 2 of those Omicrons only really come into play after he's unleashed, and you really should have won the match by the time you hit unleashed. So it's they're Amis that are nice and boost him, but aren't critical. Dash, 1 player with it. Wampas are... there's 2 players with Relic 3 Wampas, which is really too low. He should be Relic 5 minimum. Because there's certain counters that don't work reliably at Relic 3. They're a little risky. None of these players have the SWGOH Ami, and they all should have. One of them does not have the Traya Omicron. You do not need to wait for the Traya Omicron. It's ridiculously overpowered. Every play... If you have Traya, you should have that Ami. You might have to pick and choose where and when you use it, but you can still use it. 2 of us have Dr. Aphra, the other being J Muffin. Only 2 players using their Swallows, and if you should be using Swallow. He's just awesome. You do not have to have Ray to get some utility on him. He works great with JTR. Zori here, no one in this bracket again is using the Zoris, which I find a little ridiculous. You'll see that we just talked about that in the recap. The Mauls look solid. Nobody's got Relic 7s on them. That's one that I'm going to probably add soon, because that's the current project, is boosting all these relics, increasing my overall relic threat. I also feel like it's a good window to do that now that we have this Kestis project that was only required at Gear 12. So we don't have to rush and prioritize relics in order to get that next character. We have a window here to work on some relics of our choosing rather than relics that CG is choosing. And then the rest of this is solid, although New Sublimol does not have an operable Echo. And of these players, I'm the only one with a unfinished Profundity. As we look at the hotbot information here, we are looking at most important is the Grand Arena stats. Again, this is a serious metric. At these numbers, I question the player's participation. It's not going to be reliable. From his history, though he was playing most matches, he just wasn't full clearing. So that's part of what we're seeing with the clears. The undersizes means they're not taking as much risk, but also just suggested that they may not know a lot of the nuances of the game as well, because they're not as comfortable utilizing it. Whereas I go pretty crazy over the undersizes. And this is something that we're probably going to see today, because prior to working on a lot of this, my opponent has not yet participated. Well, he did his minimum 1 battle. And the rest of this we'll scroll through quickly, because we've already touched on most of it. In terms of mods, his gas is at 304. We'll keep that in mind when we look at his speeds in detail. Looking at these speeds. And I like to look at this because it gets us a little bit more fine-tuned than looking at just the counts on the mods. We want to have a sense of the quality of the modding, not just the quantity here. That's what we're looking at. Gas will give us a quick shorthand, because gas was at 304. We'll check out a few of these and see where they land. And looking at the bracket, Raddus was at 300, Dash is at 299. So I think that gives us an idea. And Raddus is the last one. Rex and Newt are both 299 speed as well. So he only has 24, and this is why we look at it. That's pretty low for a roster of this quality. So the modding itself, it's good, just could be better. There's a number of characters here who I would be bumping up in speed. Like, in particular, a character like Tech. Like, yes, it's important to have your Echo as fast as possible, and I'm sure his Echo is good. But one of the things that I've seen, if I'm doing like a Bad Batch versus Troopers counter, if that Piet or Moff Gideon fall between Echo and Tech, they can still beat you, because that they're going to be able to catch up from that mechanic if they have enough of their troopers in between that fit in that slot. So having Tech as fast as possible too makes sure and helps ensure that the Bad Batch win those matches. Echo alone, I don't think, is quite enough. It's a little bit different at relics, but it's definitely true at the lower levels. Now let's check out that defense. We'll see if my opponent shows up. We've got an hour and a half left. Maybe this turns into a default win. Looking at the board here, we'll just quickly click through the defenses, see what he's already attacked. Threw something up against the Mon Mothma with the banner total, probably just Wampa'd it. Down below we are looking at these squads. Nothing's changed here, but we'll just take a quick glance. What we don't want to do is repeat the problem, not even problem. We don't want to repeat the situation that happened last week in the match 38.1.3, where I was in a similar situation. It looked like my opponent wasn't going to play. He had only done a single battle. Looked like he was just going to be satisfied getting the participation prizes. And then I started testing, thinking I had a safe win, and he showed up. But I had already burned so many banners doing risky testing matches that I could not catch up with the banners when he started playing. And we had about 2 hours during that round. This one we got an hour and a half. So there's a JML there, the Lord Vader. He's got a number of GLs for us to deal with. I think 3 or 4 from the Twitch stream Grand Arena prep that I've been doing lately. So the way that I've been thinking about this, because there's a thing that you can do with JMK where you throw in bounty hunters and then gas, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think my speeds are right. I don't trust a lot of the other aspects with my squads. I don't think it's going to go well. What I'm trying to determine, though, what is going to be my best route. I think my JMK has the worst speeds, so he's going to have the advantage. But I'm wondering if I'm able to get by a little bit just because I have Datacrons. And at worst, I could probably clean it up with a JML, because right now my JML does not have a location. I don't want to start this off with a JML because I think that might go poorly itself. Or, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I play this. With the, man, I'm going to do Iden a little later because I want to do some stress testing with Iden. I want to see if my SWGOH can beat this. This is probably the upper limit of what my SWGOH can solo, but without Short Trooper, I want to see if it can happen. Otherwise, what are we going to do here? Okay, let's gas this and get started. Let me switch to the other screen. Gotta play fast and focused. We have plenty. Oh, come on, man. We have plenty of time, but we don't know. Maybe things could spin out of control. Armor and armor penetration. Resistance and armor penetration. I think I'll take the tenacity with the tenacity up and the resistance penetration. Or do I want the armor? I think I want the armor. I don't have enough smugglers that I can even use to worry about this ability with. One of the things that's nice about Datacrons is that opponents' lack of participation in it means that you don't have to be as obsessive with them. They don't need to be as perfect. Don't die yet, man. I do not want the shotgun, you guys. Like, this guy was the second most biggest participant with the Datacrons in this bracket, and he's barely participating with them. Come on, take him out. I don't like how this is going. This is going very poorly. I really need you to go down, Malik. Come on, counter him to death. Counter him. Okay, good. I'm still gonna lose this. We haven't made enough progress. Can I get rid of Talon before I die? I'm not even going to take a turn. I need that taunt to go away. Alright, that's not good. I'm glad I did that though, because it does mean that maybe I reconsider some of the things I was going to do. Like maybe it means JML up against JMK is worth considering now. Just because just because in this situation I might need my JMK up against the Malgus. I just haven't done JML up against JMK in a while. And with the Relic 8 there, I'm a little concerned about it. Plan was going to be Starkiller up against Dash. I think we'll do that now. But I am going to change up my Starkiller squad. Because what I want... Not that that squad was... Those presets are for raids, because I don't have a Visas at Relic 5. My Visas at Gear 12. What I'm going to do, we'll have Visas, but what I'm going to throw in instead of Mace Windu is I'm giving that slot to Old Ben. Because I want Mace with my JMK, I think. Depending on where I use the Mace. Because if I do JMK, then Mace Windu will make a huge difference. If I do JMK Malgus, then I will probably use Shock T. We'll stun dash off the start. We don't get the stun. Can we get the stagger? Alright. And now we've won. It no longer matters at this point. Dash is the win condition here. Because Dash is a beast. I should take out Bam while he's in that stance and can't put damage immunity on people. Oh, blow up Dengar. Dengar is a weak... It's not the first time I've seen it. I'm sure there's a reason to do it, but that's not the first time. Or I don't think Dengar adds all that much. And if you're going to make a squad like that, where you're pulling Dengar from bounty hunters, you're pulling... Like, you're pulling, like, Bam, Jango, and Bo-Katan away from... Well, I guess he's doing it because he's got Maul with Lord Vader. Fine. Fine. I get it, but still... I don't know what I would do if I had Lord Vader, but I don't think I would do that. God, I want to throw in so much. We're gonna do Lord Vader. We're gonna do these matches first, the GLs, before I start doing risky things. So we'll start here with Lord Vader. This is Doc Aphra. And let's grab our Datacron. This isn't quite as dominant as it is against Jabba, but it still works. But this guy has good mods, so I'm just a little worried about Maul. Okay, so we get a fracture on my boy. Let's start the siphoning. Get an AoE, some ability blocks. We're gonna do this, but to get our guy on the board. This is the worst possible thing. Yeah, that's what I didn't want. Anyone else is fine because we can bring him back. Vader's just the one we can't bring back. So that could end up being really bad. Plus Vader would have done his he would have done Merciless Massacre and started taking out like everybody. We're still doing a lot of AoE damage where we might be fine, but we need to start taking some people out. Come on, go down, go down. Alright, that's one. I'm going to try and take out Maul because he's the only one that scares me. Now we'll take out Thrawn because he's got Fracture on 000. This should take out him, hopefully Piet, but probably not quite. Yeah. This will take out Piet. And now we're in this situation where you can see, like, yeah, it's still safe. Maul is very risky, but it's a situation where it's still a strong counter. Just not something like against Jabba, where I have not tested if I can auto Jabba, but I would not be surprised if you could just auto Jabba with this Datacron. It's an excellent Datacron. This is why one of those things where even if you don't have a character, it is still worth trying to get the Datacron in case you end up getting that Cron before the set expires. Like, however far ahead, weeks ahead, I made sure to have this Aphra Datacron. Same thing I did with Jabba, I made sure to have the Jabba Datacron. I only ended up using it for maybe a round or two. In the case of Jabba, this one I've had plenty of time with. But set yourself up, even if you don't have the characters ready at the start of a Datacron set. Alright, we're going to do here. Inquisitors. This should be fine with Inquisitors. There's only one risky point, is JKR hitting the Grand Inquisitor with the mark. But this should still be pretty safe. Okay, let's target Revan. We'll do the AoE. We'll throw Torture on Revan. AoE from 8th Brother might take him out. Close, not quite. We will equalize, and this AoE should take out Revan. We don't need to worry about his revive on another one. Now we've taken out Yoda. We have Hermit Yoda I'd like to get out next because of how Hermit Yoda will equalize the health here, but we're landing Torture again. This will take out Hermit. You can see the taunt from Luke is hardly a concern. Awesome. I think even Grand Inquisitor I may have gotten that Datacron in advance. Or maybe right around the time. I forget exactly when that set of crowns went into effect. I think I had Grand Inquisitor at that point. Because I didn't get Aphra until the beginning of February, and I got Inquisitor at the end of December. And I can't imagine that set existed in December, because it's April. So my plan was Traya here up against up against this guy. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about doing? Maybe this... No, let's not get crazy here. Let's not be crazy. In Squad Arena, I use my CLS Chupio to beat a JMK, but now that I'm thinking about it, it was a really bad JMK. Like, comically bad. With very few Galactic Republic characters in it. So let's not draw conclusions from that. Alright, we're gonna go with the initial. Is this the way to do this? Okay, I'm still gonna go with what I think I'm gonna have the best shot with, because I think the Datacron is gonna make a pretty significant difference here. I'm gonna bring in Mace and Kenobi. The dual tank pretty effectively nullifies a lot of what Cat is gonna do. She's gonna take out one of them, but I'm still gonna have another tank to keep my Cat protected. Now, I kind of wish I had that tenacity up Datacron that I gave away, or that I put on Gas, because that was a level 5 one and I would have had more stats available. But at the time, I wasn't expecting to be in this situation. We'll do this one. The tenacity up synergy here is going to make a difference. I'm going to be far tankier because of it. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I don't exactly know what triggers it. Alright, we'll throw this on Cat. His Cat will go next. Take out my Mace. I prefer it when she takes out Kenobi, but it's fine. Okay. What kind of buffs do you have? That's advantage, right? Advantage. Let's just do a basic. Call in the assists. Hits my Cat. We're fine. Throw whatever. What is that ability called again? Alright, there goes the protection up on Cat, but I'm going to have a good amount of protection up this entire match. Well, I guess she got some more. Fine. Here's an armor shred. What do you have on you? Anything I care about. Nothing I can dispel, so we're going to do that ability. We'll have my ultimate next turn. Kind of wish I had it already, but... Okay. Alright, he lands an armor shred. Huge progress right there. We'll just be safe. I'm gonna reset the armor shred ability and just keep going because I think he's still got a revive. So she's not gonna go down yet. Yeah, there's the save. But you can see, like, every time you see tenacity up on these buffs, I'm getting stacking protection up. That's why this is a amazing datacron for this particular squad. And why I felt like this was pretty safe for me. It's the difference between using and not using datacrons. So just a little level 3 ability. And his Relic 8 JMK versus my Relic 6 JMK, his far faster cat, none of it matters compared to the datacron. So it's something, if you're almost everyone, well, not almost everyone, but any higher Kyber player who's watching, everyone's got JMK. Make sure to be using the Tenacity Up datacron with this squad. Just crushed it. Just crushed it. Not having to do any risky things here. Alright. We got an hour and 7 minutes. We've taken out the risky things. I just got to decide now, do I want to do JML Malgus? I'm just going to do JML Malgus. Why are we going to overthink this kind of stuff? I kind of want to... The thing is, if I do Traya here and it doesn't work, then I need to use JML. And in that situation, then what am I going to do up against Raddus? Because I don't really have another option up against Raddus. All these other things, well, I have Jet, yeah, but if I use JML here, I'm not using, I guess CLS probably can do it now that he has got the datacron. It might be worth testing out, actually. I'm just going to do JML here and not even think about it. Do I want to use this version? Like, what if I take out... I guess Shock T would be in this version. Yoda. But then it's just why keep Jedi Knight Revan? Here's what I think. Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do this. Is that crazy at all? Do I want a healer? I don't think it matters. Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna use another Tenacity Up datacron. And this one will give us a little tenacity. Hopefully I'm not going to regret not bringing in Jolie. But I think everything else here is important. And Malik's already off the board. Alright, let's throw this. I want to take out Fallen right away. I want Corrupted Battle Meditation gone. But if we get a window to go after Talon, we'll take it. Calling in Yoda for the assist for the turn meter. Okay, Talon's exposed. We're going to mark her and take her out. And Yoda. It's all about Yoda, because if we get a turn with Yoda, here we go. It's not everyone's going to get it, but we're going to start it anyway. Get a little bit of stacking protection up, at least on Revan and Yoda himself, and they're some of the weaker ones, so there is a little bit of benefit there to that. I don't want to lose Revan. I need to... Oh, come on. Don't die. Yoda, save everyone, please. Oh, my God. Okay. Jeez, that got a little close. We're going to swap with Yoda. There we go. Things will be easier from here. We will mark Revan even though we can't get assists, but at least what we can get is we can get around a taunt. And I'm just gonna, while he's marked, take out Revan. We're slowing down our work on the ultimate, but I'd like to take him out. Here's our buffs. We can't stun him, so I'm not going to worry about it. Well, let's get blind on him at least. Like, we can't get the assist right now, but okay, perfect. We're just now getting our first Master's training up. That's the consequences of going up against Malgus and his cooldown manipulation. But this is safe at this point. We might just even auto. We'll auto in a minute. I want to play this until we get the ultimate ability up. And actually, here's what we're going to do. Because I got another master training up on Yoda here. Now, well, we can let him do the ultimate and we can get a third up. This one, just pay attention to your cooldowns. Alright, I'm going to auto. This is taking too long. This better not be a timeout. And there better not be a thing in this kit that I can't remember that is going to make him tankier. Okay, we're good. Booyah. Okay. Oh my god, the data crud. Oh my god. I forgot about the Datacron. Jeez. Oh, I should. If I would have hit auto at the beginning of when he was by himself, we would have been fine. By wasted like a minute, we would have been fine. I did not think about the Datacron. The only Datacron he's placed on a character. Okay, but there's actually a benefit to this. I get to show something that I didn't have footage for before. Because the only time that I've done this successfully, I couldn't record the match. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Hondo with some junk and Cere. We throw down the capture, call this ability over here, we'll start getting our stacks of ransom, call Hondo for the assist to get another stack of ransom. Do I get anything I want with this? Let's just throw this on him too. Everyone is supposed to die here, that's their job, but while they're alive, there's just a little bit of opportunity to help Hondo along. Now you see capture has come off. I'm going to auto from here. And you can just watch this work happen. It'll be slow at first. Well, this was something my brother stumbled on in a moment of desperation. And then I tried out and I was pleased with. But it's a big part of the reasoning of why I am not convinced that I want to use like Hondo with Maul. Just because Hondo's ability to do a lot of things. Because like, yeah, I could bring in like my bounty hunters or something and clean this up, but what if my bounty hunters have been utilized for a Fennec counter and I don't have Mando around? So he's gonna get up to 50 stacks, and at 50 stacks he'll be maxed out. The other thing we need though is for Malgus to take out these other fools. Maybe I'll switch to basics if Malgus is going to struggle taking everyone out. Alright, we're maxed out. Because when Malgus takes everyone else out, there's going to be a big stat boost onto Hondo. So I need Malgus to have a little bit more focus. Stop the ADD, the ADHD. And just take out Lando, man. I mean, maybe we're fine. Like, we're throwing... These characters are all Gear 11s. Okay, so there's the first one. First sacrifice is done. And just look at Hondo churning through him. Okay, I guess we didn't even need it. The full sacrifice. That's what Hondo can do. Love that guy. Alright, we've got 55 minutes left. We are going to do the stress test. And I need to take this guy up to Relic 7. Because at Relic 7, I think this would be safe. Which where is it? I like to use the one here, this one. I get a little crit damage. I get a bunch of buffs with his basic with this one. Let's go in here. Now there is no chance I can lose with this, but there is a chance I can time out. Because the issue is I don't really have the damage output to outpace a lot of the recovery that this squad has at a certain threshold. Alright, we have to deal with this. You know what, let's just take out Stormtrooper. We have to take him out. I'm gonna auto. Like, we can definitely solo weaker Idens than this. But I'm trying to figure out what's that upper limit. And I think this one's right on the edge. That taunt might go down in a moment. If that, yeah, taunt's down, I'm going to try and take out Death. Come on. Come on, give me the luck I want. Yeah, we just need to take out Stormtrooper. Once Stormtrooper is gone and I can go over after whoever I want, it's a win. It's just a question of can I take out Stormtrooper, and I probably should have just been focused on this the whole time. I just kind of went following the heart. All right, this should get rid of that. No, not quite. Come on, get through that protection. There's the protection. Go. Come on. Oh my god. Okay. This is why I want higher relics on him. It's just, for an attacker, he has weak damage output. He's kind of more of a tank than he is an attacker, just like Gar-Saxon should be more of an attacker than he is a tank. I just feel like some aspects of the models and the kits aren't where I'd like them. But if Savage was more of an attacker, he would be an absolute beast. So I get it. But still. Come on. Here's the window. Here's the window. No! Take him out, please. Do it. Come on. Right there, right there. Do it now. No, come on. Now's your window. Do it. Do it. Do it. No, it was on. Now. Yes. Okay. Okay. Here we're in business. We're in business now. Death Trooper. I should have done it sooner because we may have been able to do that faster because just there's a stat boost going on. There's stacking stuff from Iden that we may have been able to take out Stormtrooper faster if I was just focused on it to start. Because they're going to get more and more turn meter and a bunch of other stuff as this goes on. Alright. Come on. Right now. Do it. 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 Do it now. 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 No, he's going to. Right now. No. Now. Do it. Oh my god. Now. Here's your moment. Perfect. Oh my god, the buff. Now. Now. Okay. Maybe magma is the better option. Now, do it. Come on, take your window. Perfect. Magma, come on. Got 15 seconds. Let's do this. Now. Yes. 10 seconds. Let's do this, my boy. Show everyone why you were my 100th Zeta. Oh, man. Okay, fine. See, this was... I think we could have done it if I was focused on Stormtrooper in the beginning. I think it was possible. Yeah, okay. Well, he's not going. Let's clear this out. I think we'll have plenty of flexibility to do a lot of testing. What do I want to do to take you out, though? How about let's do just like Sortie and droids. We don't usually use them. Sure. Take HK. IPD. What do we want? A little chopper action? I think we had that. The difference, the reason why I thought I could do it, and we were right there, it was because Shore Trooper wasn't around. With Shore Trooper, it's not possible. at that level. Like if Shore's at Relic 1 or lower, it's possible. You already got rid of spare parts? Come on, guys. This isn't gonna work. She's just blowing us up. Okay, fine. I want something like weak, but not too weak. Because good things I want to use elsewhere. You know what, let's just use bounty hunters and move on. I might actually use... What's on the back wall? So I'm expecting Sana back there. Mon Mothma. And Qui-Gon is what I'm expecting. So I don't think I have any use for bounty hunters. So we're just going to actually bring in a decent-ish squad. Just so I don't have to worry about things. Because I don't want to waste any more time trying to burn through weak squads trying to find something like just strong enough to take her out. Even though that's what the heart wants. I'm going to leave the stun up. No reason to do that right now. Even though the healing immunity is tempting. But Mando will take her out in a moment. Just look at that recovery. Alright, let's see if the back wall is what I'm expecting. Yeah, Qui-Gon, Sana. And Mon Mothma. Exactly what I was expecting. We're probably going to do a little testing up against Mon Mothma. Sana, this is the first like good Sana that I've seen. Maybe the first Sana that I've seen. There's someone at this level to not mess around with. So I'm just going to Wampa it. And then Qui-Gon, we're probably going to do a Night Sisters thing. Yeah, let's just do this. We'll throw on a Datacron just to do it. There's no reason not to just put something on. Sure. Alright. Womps. Get that protection up. And then let's just hit auto. Because we got to get through Han. And Han will probably get revived. And then we got to deal with that situation. How do you have 40 stacks of dots already? Like, I understand, like, the mechanics. But that's a lot really fast. Alright, we gotta just take your turn. We're gonna play this part manually. Because until that potency goes down, there's our window. Okay. We'll come back to this because we might do some riskier things here. Yeah, we're just gonna do this quickly. This is just Traya. This is an easy Traya win. Okay. Increase cooldowns. I'm just gonna let people get to work. I'm gonna let him keep tanking. There's pain over here, so I'm gonna use the break will to recover some protection. Because he only recovers protection on that ability if you use it on somebody who has pain. I need my Annihilate soon. That number is getting high. This might take him out. Awesome. We'll do this now. Increase some cooldowns, but I need to use that ability because he is going to hit that number right now. Right now, I need you to do it right now, Nihilus. Okay. Usually, we don't get to that situation where it's that close. Okay. There's our Held by Hatred. Goodbye K2SO. Take out Jin before she can bring him back again and be annoying. Awesome. Annihilate next turn to take out somebody. Get rid of that frenzy. Take out Cass and blow up Biston. We'll just choose something. I guess we have smuggler stuff that we can get a little benefit of. What does this do? Yeah, sure. Oh wait, I've got the Chupio data gun. Why am I... This is the whole thing. What am I talking about? Alright, blow up Zam first, because it's just faster you take her out, the faster that Omicron becomes a non-factor. Because it's a unique Omicron. I probably should have stunned Bosk there. Let's pull turn meter away. Because what I should have done was stun him so we don't have to worry about the taunt, but not that it really matters in this situation, and we're just going to auto from here because We've already won at this point. And then we'll do a little bit of fun stuff. Okay, I am gonna, let's do our testing. I want to do Cere Junda testing. Let's go check out our unaligned force users. We are grabbing Cere Junda, Kestis. Where's... Oh, I grabbed it. Kestis, okay. Rey, Fulcrum, and then I'm bringing in second sister. Technically, Kylo's probably the better option with what I've got standing. Or like Kylo Ren unmasked would be a good one, but he's on defense. He's worth pulling off. But I also just... I don't want to put anyone's thumb on the scale. So, at least with this squad, I don't feel like second sister's altering things too much. Kylo with his AoEs and stuff, I think he changes up the match. This has beaten Geos. Now I want to see if you can do this. Oh, and I need to change everyone's mods. Okay, so from last week, the Scavenger Rey has changed. I put Gear 12 on her. She was Gear 11 last week, and she was just getting ripped apart really quick, and I didn't like it. I'm just debating now. Do I want to take out Pow, Katarn, or Scout? I feel like Katarn... Like, he's obviously the offensive threat, but he's not the turn meter threat. I feel like getting rid of, like, Pow might put us in a better situation where we avoid the loop. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Let's get our bonus protection. We're going to do our hit. These are going to start stacking and doing more damage as this goes along, but keep in mind, we're using 3 stars Gear 11 on both Cere and Cal. Let's do that. I don't know what order is the best way to use these abilities right now, but these are tanky characters. And that jump from Gear 11 to Scavenger Rey, like Scavenger Rey was like blown up by this point, going up against like the Geo, like Gear 11 Geos, Gear 12 Geos last week. Okay, so there's some bonus protection. I kind of feel like I would like some protection recovery. Let's do it on Cere Junda. This might be a situation where we don't need to worry about dying, maybe? Let's see if how big this hit is. This is supposed to have... See, that's pretty good damage for a 3-star character. I think at full stars, maybe this could win. If there wasn't Scare for Rebel Pathfinder, we might be better. There goes Rey. This is a situation too where if you have a Relic Rey, Scav Rey, I think it could start doing some very interesting things. But this is also why I need Kylo Ren unmasked to protect Rey. That's what I need to do for the next match. Is I need to make sure he's not on defense. He's not doing anything there anyway. See, look at, that's a huge hit from a 3-star character. That was pretty huge. I think we're learning some valuable information here. If I get another shot at that without a taunt up, like, I don't think we're going to get that chance, but I would love to throw it at somebody else. Yeah, the taunt's up now. Even if we could use the ability, the... Okay. Yeah. I think a tank will change that. I need a tank. And that's what we're learning here. Okay. I don't know. That was very interesting to me. Now let's throw in our boys, the Tuskens. Although I have given them a lot of turn meter. Alright, let's check this out. By next week, my Chieftain will be at 4 stars. Probably 5 stars the week after for the final week of Grand Arena. Get our momentum up. This I feel pretty good about, because I was able to beat weaker versions than this without Warrior. The only risk point here is Kyle Katarn blowing me up with an AoE, which is not nothing. Does this have a stun chance? No, it's a that kind of chance. Okay. Okay, we're at 17, 20. We can get a big hit now. Alright, let's take our big hit. Hopefully it takes POW out. Perfect. I'm going to go after Scout. They're all stunned again. Yeah, and this is gear 11 on everybody but Aurora. And 3 stars on Warrior and Chieftain. These guys are real solid. Next turn we'll have another big hit available. This should take out Scout. And now we got a nice big hit on Katarn. Get through his protection, a little bit of health. There's the revive. Oh, okay, we just lost. We'll keep going, but we can't take anyone else out without Warrior. I should have taken out Katarn. I was just afraid that they would bring back Katarn, and I think that was just... I should have just lived with it. Does this become... Okay, yeah, I should have just taken him out before he got to higher stacks of that. The issue wasn't so much that, though, it's that they targeted Warrior, because usually... Like, the risk portion here is you're risking that you're hoping that they don't target warrior, which is not a guarantee. And now he's got Jedi Knight giving defense and offense. Jeez. But the bigger problem is without warrior, I don't have a dispel anymore, so I can't get rid of that taunt. But maybe we can still take out Pow before the clock runs out. Oof. Alright. We were foolish. We were foolish. Okay. Oh, Trench! Let's do Trench! Oh my god, I forgot I have Trench. He won last round. I don't even remember what I used him up against. All right, we're going to do Newt, Watt. We did Dooku and Ventress last round. Because Jango I left on defense with Maul. Because I really don't want it. I really don't want to put Maul there. It's just with the burning synergy and stuff, it's a tough call to make, but I actually think some of this works fairly well. It's because Trench is so new, I forgot I even had him as an option. Alright, we're going to do this tech here. This is the Blastoid Shield Generator that you're supposed to put onto Jango is the idea. I've been throwing it on Dooku. Or I did it on the one time I've done this, I did it on Dooku. Don't die. Let's target Katarn. Okay, let's start learning some things. That thing's called Tactical Supremacy. This ability is Unfinished Business. Without some sort of turn meter mechanic, I'm not feeling great. We are taking a decent amount of turns with Trench at least. There's our one with Newt. I'll probably be taking him up to Gear 12 real soon though. I should have probably... I don't know if... What happens here? I think Ventress could be very good with this squad. It's one thing that I'm theorizing a little bit in terms of how Marin's going to work. I don't know if Ventress is required anymore with Night Sisters, just because of how potentially powerful Marin is with the Plague synergy. The damage output of Ventress, I think, might turn out to be less critical, and I think what she offers here with the damage and the healing immunity might be nice, and the stacking effects of the stacking health and defense reduction. Just speculating. I think she has a home. But she's obviously so great on the Night Sisters that maybe not. I'll have a better idea next week when I can actually use my Marin. We're going to run out of time. Not a situation where I feel like we have a risk of losing, but winning is tough. Let's do this. We get that ability reset. Oh, and because I put the weapons tech on to Ventress, she can't revive him, which is great. Awesome. This is starting to come together. Running low on time, though. Come on. Let's do this. We'll take out Scout at least. Then it's going to be a little scary running up through this final stretch. 1 minute to go. Let's auto. She'll probably bring somebody back right now. No. A little bit of time. Let's do this. Come on. Oh, and if Ventress can get the final hit, then we don't need to worry about an annoying revive situation. Right now, let's do it. Come on, we're here. We're here. Come on. Yes! Nice work, Trench. Great result. And with preloaded turn meter up against him. Next time, we'll find a higher ceiling. That's comfortable. The only risk was the clock. I might put it on that. No. I was just thinking that maybe I'll do like the Ventress Omicron, but I think it's a situation where I want to see what Marin looks like with Ventress without the Ami first. Alright, we haven't done this. Oh, wait, we can't do it anymore because I just used Ventress. Jeez, oh my god. That was a miscalculation. What am I going to do now? I wonder if I should have used Trench here. Because there is a thing with, like, Newt can beat this thing. We're just going to use Night Sisters still anyway. Right? Or we do just Grievous, and let's just do Grievous. This is going to go poorly, but we can at least take out Qui-Gon. Okay, let's heal up our boy a little bit. Can we get damage immunity over on Droidica? Keep him around for a turn. Boom. Damage immunity. Take out Qui-Gon. Big hit. Heal up. Get a big hit on Anakin. Awesome. We're gonna win this. It is a version though without Ki-Adi-Mundi. Mace should be elsewhere. Oops, I just fuzzed with that. This worked out great. I know, I'm pretty happy with that Trench result. Now we just got to punch up. It does mean I'm leaving Trench at gear 11 for a few more matches. Because that was promising. Because, like, sure, every character is better at relics, but the idea is you can only relic so many characters at once. Like, I'm very low on Kairos from going after all the projects I've been going for. So you can't always relic every character you want at the pace or in the order that you'd like. Like, I wanted a relic Dark Trooper forever. And I still don't have one, but it's a thing that if you can get away with not putting relics on a character, it frees you up to put relics on somebody else who might have a larger benefit. So that's what I'm always on the lookout for. Is there a way to optimize that relic order in a way that's going to boost my performance? Because you also don't want to like race out for relics too that also don't turn out to be all that good. Like take Sign of Django. You can have relics on him, but what does it do? It doesn't help you out really anywhere except for just recently now with Tuskens in 3v3. But that's a lot. Ooh, trying to be clever, huh? Okay, so there is no Cad Bane, so we're not using this thing. The Rebel fleet has arrived. Instead, we're going to just focus down on IG-88 and take it out with the assists here, because they're not going to gain any turn meter onto Houndstooth, so I don't need to worry about Houndstooth taunting and getting stuck behind it. Now we get our advantage, we make a good amount of progress. Now we hit Mando. No wobbles when you use this fleet, except in cases of emergency, which we are not in. He's going to taunt in a moment, so there's no reason to put shield disruption down with ion torpedoes. We are just going to basic, get through more stacks. Heal up a bit. And charge up our progress. Bring out Cass. Call the Outrider for assists. Drive all that progress. With this turn, I like to get rid of all these buffs because I don't want the counters. The counters will help the Executor get to its ultimate faster, and for these guys to get their payout faster, so I don't want any of that situation. Now we do Rebel Fleet has arrived, heal up a little bit. Again, I do not worry about being marked, so I'm not going to do the wobble. I have full health and everything, it's not a concern, because there's other ways to get rid of it. And okay, here, let's do shield disruption now. We call in the assists, make a good amount of progress with the shield disruption. This is how we get rid of marked, with this cleanse infiltration tactics. There we go. And we were able to do that without losing out on attacks or a dispel and slowing down our progress elsewhere. Get our ultimate off, call the fleet. But at this point, they've already lost. The biggest threat is Slave 1, so we're working on taking that out. Because the seismic charge can still be pretty devastating, even in this weakened state. Focus down on Bosk while he's in a vulnerable position. Down goes Bosk. He's basically dead, so I'm going to target Cad Bane with the assists, because that will benefit more, but we barely get any. This will knock out Razor Crest. Oh, no, it didn't. Razor Crest survived that. Because once the capital ship is gone, the stacks don't matter. We got 10 minutes. All right, we're going to do something. that I haven't done yet because we're in a beneficial position. I have not used the Scythe up against this. We're going to see how it goes because I need to... I'm usually in a position where I feel forced into using the Malevolence here. But we've got this win secured and I want to understand this fleet better. That's not what I want to do. I want TIE Fighter. We just have so few testing opportunities that, you know, I have not used this fleet up against the Negotiator yet. Alright, we wobble, get our protection up. I am going to hit Ahsoka because we're not landing any debuffs. Okay, well, let's get some ability blocks. Maybe we get lucky. Okay, nice. Again, let's hit that. Oh, fine. I was hoping we'd get rid of her before we got too deep into this. I mean, we still can. No, even if I land buff immunity, he's gonna do his thing. She's gonna do her thing. So I don't want to give her retribution and everyone else retribution, so I'm gonna leave her alone now. Alright, everyone wants to be annoying. I'll keep you alive. Even though I'd like to bring out the TIE Defender. That's the only problem of having a slightly stronger gauntlet, is that he's less likely to go down. But, oh, come on, man. Not the ship I wanted to go down, but I'll take it because the TIE Defender is awesome. I don't know. I kind of need the Scythe. Counter. Come on, take it out. Guys, take this seriously. Oh my god. You guys are not taking this seriously. You're gonna land target lock, aren't you? Basic. We'll throw some protection up onto the TIE Fighter. I just want to last long enough to use the capital ship ultimate. So just stay alive, everybody. Don't. I am going to dispel all of this from Anakin. Blow them all up. Come on. 2 of them at least. Why you gotta leave Anakin? Come on, come on. No! Jeez, guys. Oh my god. Do you guys understand this is why I use Malevolence here? And by you guys, I'm referring to the Empire. It's just embarrassing. Not for me, for the Empire fleet. It's also an argument for why it's why I've been careful, because I've split up the fleet in a way that is less ideal, but I think it allows me to have 2 acceptable fleets instead of like 1 solid one. So BlueStacks shut down. I got 4 minutes to finish this. Well, the thing froze is what happened. So I need to get into this and hopefully finish off my matches. I barely have 2 minutes. I don't have enough time to win this, I don't think. Well, I'll win it. I don't have enough time to full clear now. Alright, we got like 2 minutes left. So we'll probably time out before this happens, but let's do Raven's Claw for fun. And you can see why this fleet is incomplete. I'm shocked it's still incomplete, really. But as I was saying, like, you can create a very functional, very good Scythe fleet, but it just makes the Chimera, like, not good on defense anymore. And then it's a question of, okay, then if that's the case, what am I putting on defense? And I've just decided I'd rather have my Chimera be better defensively than have an optimized Scythe fleet. That's a decent trade-off to me. Come on, let me beat this. I know we have no time left, but just let me do it. Okay, perfect. Let's auto. Come on, take him out. Just take him out. Take him out. Come on. Let's do this. Come on. Do it. Do what I want you to do it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Buff immunity. Healing. Go, 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 go. Take him out. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. That was no damage. Yes, we took it out. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. We got the lessons I wanted to learn. Very informative match. Forgot in those last 2 battles that I really didn't have time to do testing, but we did it anyway, because that's just the person that I am. J Muffin was a no-show. I feel like I've seen him in brackets before. I'm a little surprised he's a no-show. Maybe just busy, but a lot of the stuff there I thought he was going to play. Like, I think when it came to... I mean, I guess a lot of his numbers reflected a player with less consistency, but there's the win. Let's check out who I'm facing next round, and it looks like we get Soul Survivor, and that's who I thought it would be. He had the best remaining roster in the winner's bracket, so we're gonna go for 3-0 in Kyber 2 with 3 GLs. See how that goes. From there, we will wrap it up. Got more work to do, but thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.